Hi guys, today we are going to be talking about nervous system and the power of your thoughts and how your self-talk actually has as big of or maybe even bigger impact on your healing and weight loss than your diet or supplements. Okay, so we are going to dive into a topic that is often overlooked, but if you overlook this topic, if you pass go and try to collect $200, you're not going to get very far. So we are going to be talking about the power of your thoughts, your nervous system, and how you can use your mind to help you to heal, okay? So women with fatty liver, no gallbladder, or an MTHFR variation typically are experiencing these things. Short, shallow breathing, tight, tense shoulders, maybe even a clenched jaw, and you are just feeling like stressed all the time. You don't realize it, but you're breathing short and shallow, maybe even holding your breath. You're also focused on the things that you don't want. So for example, you're focused on the things you don't like about your body or your digestion, or you're feeling just frustrated and you're focusing on that rather than focusing on what you do want. Okay, so you're constantly maybe touching your body, touching, your legs or your arms, and you're feeling and you're just like, I don't want this. But I'm going to teach you what you need to be doing, okay, in this video. And then you have ruminating negative thoughts. So I was stuck in a pattern of ruminating thoughts, and I would just go I'd be stuck in thought loops where I'd be thinking the same negative things like over and over and over, who knows how many times, or I'd rethink conversations and I wish that I could go back and change things or say something different. But I was caught in this thought loop of just ruminating instead of letting things go and releasing and just moving into the future and letting the past go. I was stuck in these loops. And I think that many people with no gallbladder, fatty liver, or MTHFR are also struggling with this because the liver, which if you have no gallbladder, fatty liver, or MTHFR, these are all liver issues, and the liver is the center of anger and resentment and holding on to emotions in Chinese medicine. So we're gonna address that today. So this is why these things are keeping you stuck. So if you are breathing short and shallow, you are sending a message to your body that the environment is scary and it's not safe. Your breath communicates to your body what the outside world is like. So think about this, when you get scared, you go, and you're holding your breath. That's an immediate signal to your body that something is scary, and it puts you into fight or flight. Or let's say you're running really fast and you're breathing through your mouth. Your body perceives that as you are in a threatening, dangerous situation. Now think about when you feel relaxed or when you feel relieved. You let a big exhale out and that gives your body a sense okay, everything is all right. Or when you're doing slow breathing, that's sending a signal to your body that the environment is safe and you can breathe slowly. So now think about this. If you are constantly holding your shoulders up here and you're doing short, shallow breathing up all day long, which I used to be doing this, you are telling your body that it is scary. And when you're telling your body that things are scary, it's not going to heal. Okay, it's going to stop healing. It's going to stop burning fat. It's going to go into survival mode. So it's going to want to conserve energy, and it's going to want to stop healing, repair, because it thinks it needs its energy for doing things like running or getting you to safety. So we need to change the way that we breathe so that you can activate healing and repair. When you are focused on what you don't want. So number 2, the second thing that's keeping you stuck is when you're focused on what you don't want. You don't want to you don't want to keep the weight, or you're unhappy with your body, you're unhappy with how you feel, you're unhappy with your digestion. What you're telling your body is that this is the state you want to be in. You want to be like this because you are constantly focused on the things that you don't want. And I'm going to tell you what to do instead. But focusing on the things that you don't like about yourself is actually keeping you stuck. And then when you're not loving yourself, when you have ruminating thoughts and you're constantly criticizing yourself and wishing you would have done this and wishing you would have done that, you are like sending negative energy, negative thoughts to your body, and you can't heal from a place of criticism. You can only heal from a place of appreciation and love and gratitude. So this is a big part of healing and repair and fat burning, especially if you have no gallbladder, fatty liver, or an MTHFR variation, because this is going to help release the liver and get it unstuck, because you need to stop making these stress hormones that your liver has to detoxify, and that, you know, that's going to plug up your bile, slow your methylation. We need to be getting our mind right so that it has an impact on our liver health. So this is one of the main tenets in Metabolism Tune-Up, and if you're not in Metabolism Tune-Up and you have no gallbladder, fatty liver, MTHFR variation, this program is designed for you to help support these aspects of your metabolism, like your nervous system, like your liver health, detox, hormones, and bile flow and methylation, so that you can get over these like blocks that are keeping you stuck from achieving the things that you want. So if you're needing a program like that, if that sounds good to you, check out the link below and you can learn more about this. So here's what we're going to do to change this loop, because the more negative thoughts you have, the more you keep your liver stuck, and the more you keep your liver stuck, the harder it is to change your thoughts in your mind. So we need to get out of this loop. And what you're going to do is, first of all, we need to change your breathing patterns. So we need to get out of the short, shallow breathing. So what I want you to do is think of like something that will trigger you every single day to bring awareness and attention to your breath. So maybe it's checking your phone or checking your email, or every time you go to the bathroom, or every time you go in the kitchen, something like that. You're going to remember to bring awareness to your breath, and then you're going to let out a couple of long exhales, and then you're going to do 10 slow breaths. So slow breath in and slow breath out. You're going to slow down your breathing. So you're going to do 10 of those as often as you can throughout the day to retrain your lungs to breathe slowly. And then I want you to write 10 things that you like about yourself or that you do well. And when I first had to do this, it felt impossible. Like I could not even come up with one thing that I liked about myself. And so I know this is going to be challenging, but here's some things you can think of, like you're funny. Maybe you're a good organizer. You're a good mom. You're a good friend. You're a good listener. You're good at finance. You're good at like managing a household. I want you to think about all the things that you like about yourself that you're good at. I want you to make a list of 10 things. And then I want you to make copies of that list, keep one in your purse, one in your car, one in your bathroom. And I want you to read that list regularly, and you'll be amazed at how it changes your mindset. Instead of criticizing yourself and getting stuck in these negative thought loops, you start appreciating yourself and who you are, and it really starts to change things. The next thing I want you to do is create a list of 10 things you are grateful for. We need to get out of always focusing on what we don't want, and we want to focus on things that we're grateful for. And it's best if you can, the smallest things tend to be the things that you could feel most gratitude for. So maybe it's your cup of coffee in the morning. Maybe it's all the farmers that grew the food that you get to eat. Maybe it's a plant in your house. Maybe it's a hug from a child. Maybe it's a walk you took in the morning. So think of the little things. These are not like, oh, my big vacation I took. It's not things like that. It's everyday little things that you can truly just really appreciate that you have in your life. And then you are going to, every day, preferably in the morning, maybe when you drink your coffee, go through that list of things that you're grateful for. The third step, actually this is our fourth step. So first was 10 slow breaths. You're going to create a list of the things you like about yourself. Third was a list of things that you're grateful for. And fourth, you are going to think about your perfect body, your perfect sense of health that you want in the future. What is it that you're trying to achieve? Okay, do you want soft skin? Think about the self that you're going to be. Do you fit into size X jeans? You love how you feel in a swimsuit. You love the energy that you have. You love waking up in the morning and feeling good. I want you to think about the aspects of yourself in your ideal state that you will be in, and I want you to focus on that. So instead of focusing on the body that you have now and that you don't like the extra weight you're carrying on your hips or your tummy, I want you to think about how you're going to feel and look when you achieve your ideal state of health. And you're going to stop focusing on what we don't want, and we're going to focus on what we do want. And that's going to reprogram your brain to go, oh, okay, so this is who we are now. Like, we are that girl that slips into her jeans easily and buttons her jeans easily, and she likes to show off her arms, and she wears tank tops, and she feels good in a bikini, and all these things that you want. And she has boundless health, and her hair is shiny, and her skin is glowy. I want you to start thinking about what you do want. And when you stop, when you are thinking about, you catch yourself thinking about what you don't want, I want you to imagine the best possible outcome of what your potential is. And this is how we change our nervous system. So we practice gratitude. We imagine the things that we want. We think about the things we like about ourselves, and we slow down our breath, communicate to our body that everything is safe. So this is, if you want to learn more about this, in the Decode the Burn section of Metabolism Tune-Up, you can go back and watch the part about regulating your nervous system. And I can show you how to practice slow breathing in that module. So reread that, and then also watch the module on the mindset and how we do not want to have an all or nothing perfectionistic mindset, okay? Because that is destructive, and that's not going to help us get where we want to be. And if you're not a Metabolism Tune-Up and this resonates with you, then I encourage you to check out the details below. There's a link. You can click on Metabolism Tune-Up, learn more about it. And if this content resonated with you, then please like and subscribe to this channel, and so that you can get more content, so I can help you to unblock your metabolism, especially women with no gallbladder, fatty liver, or an MTHFR variation. So thank you for joining me, guys.